Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode here in NHL 21. So in last episode, we had a couple of trades. One was a pretty big one, sending Bobby Ryan, Thomas Greiss, and I believe one of our picks to the Carolina Hurricanes to pick up Ryan Suzuki. So we do have a decent prospect in terms of centers now, which is pretty good. Other than that, though, we also traded Valtteri Filppula, and I think we picked up a pick from, I believe it was the Rangers, if I'm not mistaken. I just remember flipping him at least. And yeah, that's basically what we did. Now, I want to quickly also let you guys know that we do have a community tab now on YouTube, which means I could be posting polls and like any posts and stuff like that to YouTube. So look for those on your mobile apps and stuff like that, because you guys could vote for potential trades we make and you could comment all your stuff there as well. So it's going to be pretty helpful, I think, for the series. But other than that, we do have a few comments I want to go over. So the first one is from my buddy Sir Sink again. He says that usually the central scouting is how the CPU drafts, so that he says that we should probably hold on to number 7. But I think potentially that I do have a trade in the works that could get us to move up to like number 4, because I do really want to get this Tristan Wall guy that we mentioned in last episode. So we'll probably try our best to move up as much as possible. He also said that this year is very hard to move up, so hopefully we can still. I think we can potentially, because we do have some assets we could ship out. And he also says also in free agency to let go of any veterans who are over 28 years of age, which I totally agree with as well, because we do have a lot of young guys we could probably fill out a roster with for next season, because like Lucas Raymond's going to be jumping up into the lineup and whatnot, so I think we can probably do that. And then our other comments are from Cam Wilson, who has like a bunch of comments because he was literally watching the episode as he was commenting. So he says to try and look for some young low elites that pan out in later in the draft, which is what we'll try and do. But at the same time, it might be a bit hard because scouting's still a bit broken until like early November. November, I think, is when they said that patch might come out. Also, he says we should probably look and see what we could get for Bertuzzi. But at the moment, I don't think I want to move Bertuzzi. Like, I might move him in a couple of years, because his contract, I think we have 5 years with him, or 4 years, and he had a pretty good season alongside Dylan Larkin, so I'm going to probably keep him around for a bit longer, but eventually we could probably ship him out somewhere. He also says to probably go for like somebody like Philip Broberg from Edmonton, but I don't really know if we will, just because we do have a lot of defensive prospects, and getting Wall in this draft should help us out a lot. He also says to try and lock Fabry into a contract, and then he also says to try and sign Filip Hronek to a 3 to 5 year deal, Cholowitsky to a 2 to 3 year deal, and to let go of Nemeth, because that way we have a lot of cap space left over for free agency for some potential Ds on short contracts, which I agree with. So that's just the comments that I got. Let's get into this draft already and try and trade up for that Tristan Wall guy, because I do not want him to go before our picks. So the New York Islanders are the team with number 4. I could trade for number 5, but I'm feeling like the Wall dude will go around number 4, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to try and trade up with the Islanders first, which means we're going to be having to give up our first easily in part of this deal. So 7th overall, 4th overall pretty much at this moment. But we're also going to have to add in a prospect, which at the moment I was thinking about adding Jonathan Berggren, because he has a decent amount of trade value. He's only 59 at 20. The only problem is his contract ends at the end of this year, so I don't know if they're going to want to trade for his rights or what, but we could still see if it works. So yeah, 7th and Berggren for 4th. Will this work? Rejected. I'm willing to add some more picks to this deal as well, because we do have, I think, 3 third-rounders, or no, 3 second-rounders. So we could probably shop out, like, we do have 6th rounders. Let's throw in a random 6th rounder from our own in this deal. Too far off. Okay. I wouldn't mind moving a 4th, I guess. I don't really care what we give up, to be honest, because this Wall dude is probably going to be a future Norris winner, I think, in my opinion. So we're going to just give up as much as we can. Insufficient. Yeah, the Islanders don't really want to move it. We could give one of our second rounders, like, let's give... Yeah, we might be giving up a whole lot to do this, but I think it's fine since we have already, like, 2 second rounders other than this one. We're going to give the latest one possible. See if that works. So Bergeron a second and 7th overall. And that's still too far off. I see what Sync means about moving up. Who else could we throw in this deal? There's got to be some other prospects that we don't really need. Because we're going to be signing Myers. Timashev we don't really need, but I think his contract ends, right? Yeah, it does. Franz Nielsen. They want Franz Nielsen back in Long Island. I could try and throw him into this deal, even though I don't think they would be willing to take on that cap hit. Too far off. There's got to be something we could do. Because I need that wall guy, and I feel like he's going to go earlier. I could add Michael Rasmussen. But that's a potential roster player we're moving. Oh, wait, actually, I know who I can move in. Nemesnikov. He's got 1 extra year. If I just did Nemesnikov, Bergeron, and a 7th, I know that's a lot technically, but Bergeron's not going to pan out. Nemesnikov only has 1 year left after this year. And then 7th overall, just to move up with 3 spots, I think it's worth it. So we're going to offer that, and that is still rejected. Oh, man, the AI in this game. Because this is technically, I think, a good deal. I don't know for sure how realistic this is, but we're going to try and get this pick. Ottawa's almost made their pick, and yeah, they have now, so we're going to have to go back into the screen. Otto Roddy going 1st overall. Come on, we don't have a lot of time to make this deal go through, and I don't like how it quits, because now I have to reset that all. So, we were saying 7th, we're going to give up Bergeron, and we were also going to give up, who was it? I could give up Suzuki, who we just traded for, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Bergeron, and then we'll also throw in a draft pick, like 4th rounder. And I think that might work. What if I gave you guys my 3rd rounder, even though it is the meme pick? Let's see if this would work. Holy hell. That's a little bit low for us, they said, I think. So we could give a 2nd rounder, maybe. 52nd. This is a lot to give up, but I think it's worth it. I might get fleeced in this deal. I don't really care. And that's accepted. So we have moved up 3 spots. A lot to give up to do it, but I think it will be worth it. Hopefully this wall guy is a very good offensive defenseman, wins the Norris. I could have traded up for number 2, but then we could have probably taken a forward instead. But this defenseman is going to help us out a lot. Hopefully he goes and doesn't go before our pick. I don't think he will, because if we look at the draft class right now, currently at the moment Savonen's probably going to go, and then it's going to probably be Kreutzer or Wong that goes. Like, I feel like Wall probably wouldn't have gone super early, but I feel like it's just best to move up in case. So we probably gave up way much more assets than we needed to. But I think this year's draft is weaker in terms of players in comparison to next year's draft. So let's see. St. Louis at number 2 is going to take Savonin. And then Dallas. Who are they going to take? Please don't take Wall. Okay, they take LaHerreur. So we do actually technically could go with Kreutzer, but Kreutzer's not offensive. And I definitely need an offensive defenseman. So we are going to be taking Wall, who looks really good. He's going to be jumping into the lineup right away. Welcome aboard, Tristan Wall. 78 offensive defenseman, liking that. He's going to be probably playing in the NHL right away. Yeah, he is definitely going to be a future Norris winner. Look at those stats. Great skater. His physical's not that good because he's an offensive defenseman. He's got pretty good shooting. A lot of power behind his shot. Not necessarily great accuracy, but that's going to improve probably. His offensive awareness is already an 84. Discipline's pretty good. His defensive stats aren't that bad for an offensive defenseman, and his puck skills aren't too bad either. Yeah, that guy's going to be a good catalyst, I think. He's going to be like the future version of Nicholas Lidstrom. So that's a great pick, I think. Obviously, we gave up a lot to get that, but I think it was worth it. Wong goes to Montreal. And then let's just see where else goes. Sillinger goes to Minnesota. And Kreutzer was also 78, but he was a two-way defender. I think I like the offensive defenseman better, so let's send him to our next pick. Actually, I didn't want to go offer trade. Actually, I need to grab my notebook quickly, because I did write down who we need to draft in all our spots, or players that I want to go after. So let's send him to our 38th pick. Okay, so Zharkov just went. That sucks because that was one of the goalies I was looking at getting, and he's an elite goalie. But whatever. Did Duffy go? There's another elite goalie. Jeez. There's some pretty good goalies for the second round. But at this pick, we are going to take, I think, Chandler Duffy. He's 5 years away. Or we go with Laddie. No, it was Laddie I was going to take at this pick. Yeah, that's right. Because he looks like he's probably a top 6 forward. He's pretty big, too. 6'5", 212. Let's take Jukka Laddie from Finland. From the Laddie Pelicans, actually. It's kind of funny, Laddie playing for Laddie. He's a power forward, 65 overall, top 6. That's a pretty decent pick. Hopefully he pans out. Let's sim to our next pick at number 42. If Duffy's still available, I'm probably going to go with him. No, he's not, so we're going to have to go with somebody else. I could go with the guy I was going to take at 52nd. Or do we still have 52nd? We do have another pick this round, right? I think. Where are we? We're only right there. Okay, so yeah, that's next round. Then I would take that guy. So I guess I could go with somebody else here. Who do I want to go with? Josh Williams, I think, is only like a top 9. He might be a top 6. Could go with Crab or Taro Allen. None of these guys look super good. Sadikov, maybe. Sadikov. Yeah, you know what? We're going to take Vitaly Sadikov or Sadikov or however you say. We're going to take him. And he's another top 6 sniper. Okay. We're having a pretty good draft for this first year. Pretty good offensive stats yet again. Hopefully he pans out. And then we sim to our meme pick, which means I can't get that guy I was debating about getting in this round, but it doesn't really matter. We could go with this Nguyen guy. I was looking at potentially grabbing a goalie because I don't know how Jan Bednar pans out. So yeah, I think I'm going to take Francis Nguyen from the Extraliga. Let's see how good he is. Medium Elite 58. Holy crap. This is a really good first year draft for only being on medium draft class quality. We're getting a lot of good picks in this draft, surprisingly. Let's sim to our next pick, which is at number 100. So we have 2 top 6s, an offensive elite defenseman and an elite goalie in the same draft. I was debating about going after Rupp, but he looks like he already went. Yeah, I think he already went. Let me just check. Yeah, he literally just went before. Only a top 9 now. Because I was debating about getting that guy, but we could go for somebody else. Landon McMillan, no info. Yeah, this is going to be probably shot in the dark. And this episode might be long because of this draft. I have no idea. Damon Weaver, 5 years away. I don't know. Yeah, this is going to be probably a shot in the dark. I'd rather go with like EA generated guys probably at this point. So I'll take Damon Weaver. Maybe he could become a good 4th liner for us. Top 9, okay. 57 power forward. That's not too bad. Probably won't pan out, but still could be a good serviceable player down in Grand Rapids. At number 162, and then we also have 163, it looks like. Yep. And then that's all we have left in this draft is these 2 picks. So let's see if we can find any like hidden gems or something. This guy could be elite. I don't think so, though. Anybody 4 years away? Sundin could be interesting. I did actually write him down for my next pick. Yeah, you know what? We're going to take Sundin here. Tristan Sundin. Welcome to Detroit. Got to keep that trend of drafting Swedish defensemen, and that's not good. Low 7th D. I don't think this guy's going to pan out, but at least he's a drafted player. Why not? Let's see if there's any low elites that we can find out here. Go to the low elite area, which is right in this area. 2-bar low elite grinder, Xavier Jenner maybe. That guy's real, so we don't want him. Oleg Malikov, 5 years potentially away. Jenner, potentially 5 years away. There's also this guy, Kalle Ekman-Larsson. Yeah, I think Kalle Ekman-Larsson might be good. 4 years away, it says. We're going to take him, why not? Another Swedish defenseman. He's a low top 6D. Not a great way to end the draft, but we did actually have some pretty good picks in that first like 3 rounds. Maybe some of the best drafting I've ever done, to be honest. Okay. So there's our picks. We got Wall, which was a really nice player. I think he's going to be a stud probably in a few years. We also got Lottie and Sadikov, who are both going to be pretty good, and Nguyen could be pretty good. I don't know how elite goalies pan out in this, because most elite goalies I found in NHL 20 didn't really end up playing that well, but we'll find out. And then we also got Weaver, Sundin, and Ekman Larson. Okay, so now we have the Resign stage to get through in this episode. I will show you guys also the free agents, and then that will be pretty much all we do in this episode, just to kind of get the offseason started. So let's get to those contracts. So we do need to go to all expiring. So Hronik we are supposed to get for 3 to 5 years is what Cam Wilson was saying. So 3 years is not too bad. How much? 5? Yeah, I'll give you a 5-year deal. Why not? We do have a lot of cap space, right? Yeah, we have $44 million. Might as well use some of it. So we'll give a 5-year deal, and we'll talk you to 4.525. Might be a bit too much. I could probably do that 85% rule, but I don't really care at the moment. We're going to give Philippe Myers a contract, so he's finally going to get the play after trading for him last year. I could do a 4-year deal at let's just do $2 million for 4 years. That would be actually a pretty good contract, I think. He might end up getting flipped eventually, but whatever. We're going to let go of Nemeth just because I'm going to listen to you guys for now. And then we could bring him back if needed. Cholowski, we could sign for 2 to 3 years. Ooh, 3 years, he wants a lot more. I could probably give him $3 million for 3 years. Hopefully he pans out. We're going to let go of Gagne. And we're also going to let go of Darren Helm. Thanks for your time here, Darren Helm, though, because you've been here for quite a long time. Taraho Rose, we're going to sign. He'll be still an RFA at the end of the year, so we'll just give him the 1-year deal for now. Rasmussen doesn't want a whole lot. He'll still be an RFA. We'll give these guys like 1-year deals for now, I think. But if you guys think I should be signing some of these guys longer term, let me know. Adam Ernie, I'll give you also a 1-year deal because you'll still be an RFA as well. At $1 million. Luke Lendenium we're going to let go of. We're going to probably have to sign somebody with a big cap hit. Mark Stahl, let go of you. Timashev's going to come back. He could be in the lineup next season. He actually wants quite a bit for 2 years, so we're going to only give him a 1-year deal at the moment as well, just to give us a lot of cap space and flexibility when it comes to free agency. Giovanni Smith. We'll sign you to a 2-way contract. Sveshnikov's going to get a 2-way. Wow, he actually wants a 1-way deal. Huh. We're going to give you 1 year at $900K. And then Lashoff, I might sign you again for the AHL, even though you're old. Might as well. Same with McIlrath, because the AHL team was actually made the playoffs, and wow, McIlrath wants a 1-way deal. Not going to happen, man. Not going to happen. Joe Hicketts is going to get extended. Pretty much everybody in the AHL is just going to get extended at this point, I think. And then we got to sign some of our unsigned guys, including Raymond and including Wall, who's probably going to end up being the best Polish player of all time, because Wojtek Wolski is currently that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or Mariusz Czerkowski. I'm going to let go of some of these AHL guys just to free up some spots. Sign Albin Grew, who's going to come over to the AHL, even though he's not necessarily that great. Soderblom, I could sign some of these guys just in case. Might as well. Just because you never know. Some of these guys could end up panning out. Normally I don't sign all my UFA rookies, but in this case I'm just going to do it for fun. Kevin Mackey will also sign you, might as well. And I think that is it for those. And then goalie wise, we're going to let go of Jonathan Bernier for now. I might bring him back, but we're going to let him go for now. Calvin Pickard I'm going to sign because he could be a backup or a starter potentially for us, even though he's not that great. Boyle we're going to let go of, so that way we have more these guys playing in the HL. I actually might sign, what's his name, Bednar, potentially. And then we're going to sign these guys so they could play in the AHL. That way also Eliason actually has some time to play down there in the AHL. And then let's go to unsigned. We're going to be signing Lucas Raymond. And we are going to sign Wall as well. And I think that's all we're going to sign for now. The rest of these guys, am I going to wait a bit? Yeah, probably. Goalie-wise, yeah, that's fine as well. Yeah, I think that is all we're going to do for contracts. Let's just make sure all these guys accept. I think they probably should, so we're just going to go through this pretty quickly just to make sure they all accept. And they all did except for Felipe Myers, but we're going to still try and sign Phil Myers to like a 2-year deal, or 4-year deal. Let's give him a little bit less, because that's a pretty good contract. 4 years at 2 point something for an 81. Let's see if we can get him. And he has accepted. Yep, he's accepted. So we got all those RFAs back. We'll let go of all our old guys, and we are ready to go. So let's take a look at what we have going into free agency at the moment. So in terms of centers, we have Larkin Fabry, who just had a fantastic season, and he's jumped up a lot because of that. We also have Franz Nielsen still, who we need to kind of ship out a bit. We also have Rasmussen, Veleno, and then the rest of these guys are AHLers pretty much. And then in terms of left wingers, we have Bertuzzi, who's up to an 86. He's still signed for quite a while. Like, we could trade him in 2023-24 if we're not good. I don't know. We won't trade him yet, but probably eventually. Zadina's only got 1 more year left before we got to extend him for long term. Adam Ernie is a UFA at the end of this next season. We got Hirose, Timashev, that all could be in the lineup. And then the rest of those guys won't make the NHL. Right wing wise, we got Mantha and we got Lucas Raymond. We also got Smith and Svechnikov, who could end up making it if they jump up. And then defensively, we got Bear, Hronik, Sider Myers, Stetcher, Cholowatsky, and Wall. So Wall at the moment would be the 7th D, so we'd probably have to think about trading somebody like Stetcher. Yeah, I think we might have to think about trading Stetcher, or I don't know who else we'd move. Yeah, probably Stetcher, because he's the oldest technically. We got to see how this chemistry is with the defense before we make trades, so we might make a trade at the start of next season. Alex Biega would be a better 7th D man, and I don't want to have to scratch Wall. Or, I mean, I could play actually Wall in the AHL at the beginning, but I don't know if I want to do that, because he is listed as a depth defenseman. He would tear up the AHL for sure. We could do that and then just play Biega as a depth guy, but that's up to you guys. And then goalie-wise, we only have Calvin Pickard at the moment, so we do need a new goalie. That's something we need for free agency, and then that's probably all we need, really. Because well, how much cap space we have? We have 30 of 4 million. How close are we to the cap floor? I don't even know. Because I'm kind of curious on how much we have to spend. So let's sim to free agency since we got everybody, and take a look at what's out there. Hopefully there's some decent stuff out there that could help us out. We're not going to be going after any stupid players or any RFAs unless needed. So yeah, let's take a look at those contracts and guys that are out there. Hopefully there's nobody that, it doesn't really matter who's out there actually. So right defenseman wise, let's sort by overall. Why isn't this not sorting? Hello? This game might be broken in this part. Maybe it is. Because it's not sorting. I think I know why. I think I heard somebody say that in free agency, the defenseman part doesn't sort really that well. Let's go to this defensive screen. Yeah, see, now this sorts, but when you go to right defenseman and left defenseman, it doesn't sort. Okay, anyways. Bufflin, Yarmelson, Hamilton's out there, Barry. There's definitely some good defenders out there, but we don't really need anybody, because we do already have a good young defensive core I would rather play. Though goalie-wise, though, because we do need a goalie. Tuukka Rask is out there, but I'm not going for anybody good. There is definitely a lot of them out there, though, for goalies, if needed. I could bring back Bernier as well if we need to. We could bring in Ryan Miller for 1 year, just because he's from Michigan. Might be a kind of a cool story to do. Bring back Jimmy Howard. I don't know where he played last season. Eric Comrie. Wait, did we let go of Eric Comrie? Or no, he went back to Winnipeg. That's right. He was with Detroit and then went back to Winnipeg. I forgot about that. Huh. He might not be a bad goalie to just be a starter for us for 1 year. And then in terms of everybody, let's go to forwards. There's quite a decent amount of forwards out there. I don't know if there's anybody we actually want to bring in to take away ice time, but there is some young guys like Wenberg, 26 years of age. Anybody else interesting that's young? Rupe Hintz is probably an RFA. Yeah, he is. We're looking for like young UFAs. Ryan Strome. Like if we want to just play young players in general, we could sign some of these guys, but I don't really know. Like Dom Cahoon might be a solid pickup. We don't want to be too good next year. We want to definitely have a good pick in the draft. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode. So in next episode, we'll take it to free agency, make a couple signings that you guys suggest, and then we will get into the season start. We'll probably do only like another 20-something games of the season just to kind of take it a bit slow again, like what we did in year number 1. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I will see you guys next time.